players show up big and make this game an exciting game down the stretch. Led by Coby White and Patrick Williams. Coby White goes 10 of 17 from the field, 7 rebounds, 11 assists, almost a triple-double, and 24 points. Patrick Williams goes 9 of 18 from the field, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 23 points from him. The Chicago Bulls get a win over the Dallas Mavericks without most of their players. We had without most of our starters for the most part in the game. But, hey, the Bulls get a dub. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, have some fun right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
I see red, I see red, I see red, I see red, yeah, I see red, I see red, I see red, I see.
Hey, this was a fun game, right? It may be hard to break down the basketball, the names of it all, it don't matter. This was just a fun basketball game, and it got more fun as the game went on. I was here in the halftime hangout saying the Bulls had no chance to win. But, hey, the young players showed up big. Terry Taylor, who comes in, plays no NBA games for us this season, plays down in the G League. He gives us 12 minutes, 3 rebounds, all 3 of those rebounds really being helping change the momentum. He gives 8 points. Dalen Terry, the rook, gets 10 shots. He only goes 3 of 10 from the field. Would have liked to see him shoot the ball a little bit better. But 3 rebounds from him, 8 points. Carlik Jones, 2 of 2 from three-point range. He chips in 6 points. Derrick Jones Jr. hits 2 3-pointers. He chips in 6 points. You also get 20 points from Nikola Vucevic, who ended up playing 28 minutes in this game. Did not think he would play that many games. He gets a double-double. I think Nikola Vucevic is just going for playing all the games for the Bulls this season, all 82. But really solid game for the Bulls, man. This was a fun game to watch. It was a fun game to just sit here and enjoy with no expectations. Yeah, this was fun. I'm not even going to hold you guys on that. This is an extremely fun game to watch, and to see Coby White and Patrick Williams in many ways lead the way in this game, and just to see the young players, the youth, maybe what may be the future of this team in a lot of ways. Coby White continues to just show, hey, why extending me is not going to be a bad decision this offseason. Coby White's been balling. Love to see this game from him. His confidence level is at an all-time high. And then you can see how that's just helping him take players off the dribble, do the things that he's been doing. Coby White's been having a really good season, and his scoring's coming around at the right time for the Bulls. Now, for the Bulls fans that were hoping that, the Bulls will lose these games, and I said maybe they should as well, to increase their lottery chances, hey, the Bulls said, damn those lottery chances. We coming out here to play. Billy Donovan still ain't coached a damn lick. Billy Donovan didn't coach a damn lick in this game. Like I said, he literally sat back and pressed the ass Madden button and just let it happen, bro. But the players seemed like they were having fun out there. This was a game of momentum, and, hey, the Bulls came out on top. Let's see how you guys feeling about it. Markel in the building. Markel says, well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think we'd win, but, hey, I'll take it. It's not like it means anything in the standings, but, hey, a win is a win. Agree with you there. Not going to lie, that was fun. That was very fun. Very fun game. Big Juice, bye-bye, Mavs, knocking the Dallas Mavericks out the play-in. Listen, I'm going to laugh at other teams' pain because it's been a painful season for us. So I'm laughing at Dallas Mavericks. How do you trade for Kyrie Irving and can't even make the play-in tournament? That's just tough, man. That's tough. That is tough. I'm going to have to text my boss. My boss over at Locked On is a Mavs fan. He runs the Mavs channel. So I got to mess with him real quick. But that's tough. That's tough. Patrick stepped it up from Blessed Up Shea. Absolutely, him and Coby stepped it up. Melvin in the building. Melvin says, I didn't know what to think of Billy sitting out the starters, but now I like the decision because we got to see a lot more of Carlik Jones. We're going to need some of Carlik Jones' offense in the play-in. Oh, well, he probably won't be in the play-in. Keep in mind, you have a limited roster in the play-in. Carlik Jones is probably not going to be on the roster in the play-in. Vooch told Luka, don't trip on my way. Luka bet hit my line. That's funny. That's funny. Eads Instrument says, all right, man, how about that W? Get nice. See ready. Listen, hey, as much as I'm dripped out today, I like to see a Bulls win. So there you go. Jason Dream says, P. Will, Coby White play well. Yep, played excellently. And Coby White, making his case for maybe being our starting point guard next year. I don't think so, but hey, he's passed the ball very well in this game. CP Huncho says, I low-key wanted to go to overtime. I kind of did too. I'm not even going to lie to you. Alex Larez says, we got to feel this win now because I don't feel that many more coming our way. Well, damn. Give Taylor minutes ASAP. Hey, this is from Dion Allen. What's going on, Dion? Glad to have you in the building. Really wanted Coby to get those 3 boards for the trip dub, but fun game from Double Agent Draymond. I agree with you there. Omar in the building says, Haize, when I tell you I was talking my shit and pissing these damn Mavericks fans off, a nigga went off, see red, babe. I remember the time that I went to a Bulls-Cavs game and I was literally pissing everybody off. I already read that one. Little bro, I seen exactly what I wanted to see. Hopefully the coach did. Listen, Billy Donovan ain't coaching shit. I done told you Patrick Swayze Hazy. Bulls will come back and win. No way they were going to keep splashing all that clip with those players against the Bulls defense. This is the way. Hey, you called it and you were right. You called it. Them some dogs. DJ Lovelace in the building says the game show why Coby stays and Io leaves. It's not one or the other. They're both. I think there's a higher probability than what some people are thinking that they're going to do both. AK is not about to yet a young player go and possibly develop elsewhere. It's not like us as fans. We always like to build up these storylines where it's this versus that, this versus that. It probably realistically isn't. If you make enough changes on this roster, and especially if they end up doing the career-ending injury exception for Lonzo's contract, I think that there's a high probability that they both come back. Dunn Mills says, we got the play-in champ, Pat Bev with us. We shocking the Bulls. All right, back to reality. We screwed up the top 4 draft lottery odds. That's funny. People are saying Io's bad, trash, and wash, but you guys remember that Io is mostly defense and had clutch stops. We got that. We got to start remembering that. Bulls fans are always so quick to make needs. And a lot of Bulls fans, I'm not saying anybody who said it in this stream, but a lot of the same Bulls fans that are now saying, oh, we can't let Coby go. Let's sign Coby. Coby over Io. Or just a year and a half ago saying that Coby White was the odd man out. You can't go off fans. Fans are so, like I said before, and I've said this, and you guys know, I think about things on maybe a deeper level. But like people say these hard line yes or no's to things because it gives them attention, right? It makes them be like, oh no, we can't go. Io is trash. He's absolutely garbage. There's no way he can come back. When in reality, he's a 2nd round pick in his 2nd year and he's having a sophomore slump. But that's not going to get people, that's not going to make it seem like people's making as harsh of a statement to hang their hats on if they just say that. Like, yeah, it is. Yeah, Io's having a bad season. I don't want to overlook that. But Coby White's had bad seasons, right? He's had a very bad season. Larry Markkanen's had bad seasons. So you can't in one breath say that the Bulls give up on too many young players, and in the same time, when a young player isn't performing in their 2nd season the way that you would hope, that they're washed, they're trash, they're this season. You can say that realistically. This season's been tough as hell for Io. But it's way too early in his NBA career to try to write the story on what Io is going to be. It just is. Fun game. Good to see guys get heavy minutes and see what they could do with the time. Williams in 2 years will be an absolute monster. Hey, Williams keeps showing when you give him opportunity and call plays for him. Hey, at halftime, he was like, we not winning. Mark Cuban said we tanking. Well, they're not, because keep in mind, the Mavs losing this game actually hurts their chances to keep their pick. So they're definitely not tanking by doing that. As I told you, I'm a good luck charm. We are now 5-0 whenever I attend Bulls. Well, go to more goddamn Bulls games, bro. How about that? Go to more goddamn Bulls games then, since you such good luck, Omar. Dalen Terry was hooping too. He just needed to be under control in some of his shot selections, but he's there. He's not there. He's not there yet. But he showed the flashes of what he can be. He needs to work on that shot. He needs to work on that release. He needs to work on better rotations on switches, and some of the pick and roll defenses wasn't the best in this game either. But you saw a lot of the things that flash that what he can be and what he probably will be in his career at some point in time. Mackin? Did I say Mackin? Did I say that? Like, what? This is not 2K. Luka's not going nowhere. Luka isn't going anywhere. It's not happening. They're not letting go of Luka. Do you think the Bulls should have lost the game so they had a better chance to get their pick? I mean, I came in saying that, but at the end of the day, like, if you're going to be a playoff team and you need these players, this gave you a big opportunity to look at who's going to be in your playoff rotation. So, yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see the Bulls increase it. I just don't think they're going to make it out the play-in, but hey, I didn't think they were going to even make the play-in a couple of weeks ago. So, I mean, you win some, you lose some. I mean, it is what it is. Like, if the Bulls are going to get lucky, they're going to get lucky and keep that pick. That's the way I look at it. Funny how Pat can be aggressive when he's not the 4th or 5th option. Agreed. Definitely agree with that one. You have drip competition with Pat Bev? No, I don't have drip competition with Pat Bev. Pat Bev is a millionaire. If I'm in drip competition with Pat Bev, I won because Pat Bev's a millionaire. So I won. Oh, look, it's Mr. Bad Hairline himself who only shows up when Coby White, like, hey, wait a second. We got to put him up there on the board. We got to put him up there on the board. We got to put him on the Summer Jam screen. Mr. Special Needs himself is in the building. He's in the building. Super Duper Danko with the super chat. Thank you, brother. Says Youngins got it done. Hit the like button for him, man. I want to see more of these scrappy Youngins than DeMar and Vooch next year. Terry time. Well, we need Vooch. I want to see more of. I want to see actually Vooch get in his spots. But thank you for the super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel at that level. Super Duper Danko. You know we appreciate you, brother. Everybody pitch in on Omar's plane tickets. That's funny. David Holiday says, what's happening, Haize? J Kid and his Pat the designers. Oh, and his Pat the designers out there. That's funny. Y'all be killing that man for his glasses. Brian Holiday says, you're encouraging me to create a platform for the Bulls next season. Thanks for the influence. Hey, man, listen, we need all the Bulls content creators we can get, fam. If you have a passion for it, if you have the inkling for it, do it. Is it going to be a labor of love? Absolutely. Are there going to be times where you look at it and you be like, I really don't want to talk about this team just getting they ass beat by 25 points? Yes, it's going to be times of that. But if you're truly passionate about this team, man, you do it. Like, if you truly I always tell people, podcast about what you're passionate about. What you feel like you can talk about every day, you do that. My bad, Haize. You said Ass Madden. Sorry, my old ass ears. Oh yeah, Ass Madden. That's funny. Mike Millie says, hey, that's a hard fit, though. I appreciate that, bro. Come on. One thing, you're always going to get amazing Bulls content from me and fire Bulls drip. That's one thing you're always going to get from me. How do you feel about the Bulls playing the Raptors at their home court? If the Bulls lose, they are done, correct? Yep, if the Bulls lose, they're done. How do I feel about it? Hey, listen, we've seen the Bulls beat the Raptors. We've also seen them get beat by the Raptors. Some of the keys to beating the Raptors, rebounding, limiting turnovers, getting the 50-50 balls, getting down transition when it makes sense to attack that defense before they have a chance to set up. And that's what you're going to have to do. We'll see. We'll see. The Bulls can beat the Raptors. I don't know if I'm picking them to beat, but they can beat the Raptors. I only caught the fourth quarter, Haize. Coby is a menace. Keep Coby in Io. Io just needs to go train with Coby this offseason. No, he needs to train with Kobe's trainers, not Coby. It was a few plays last season that made me want to trade Coby because I knew what he could be if he tried a little. It is what it is. He pissed me off way much, so I'm his biggest supporter now. Hey, I mean, listen, when you can admit that you're wrong, you can admit that you're wrong. That's all that matters. Pat the designer just said Patrick Williams is a bust today. I know he said that before, but Pat just be talking, bro. Pat just be saying stuff that he knows is going to get people riled up. Pat is an antagonizer of the highest degree, and he knows it. He knows what he's doing to piss off fans. But Pat knows his shit. Haize, if poor Marco can't get into the game like this, do we need to release him and move? I said that exact same thing at pregame and at halftime. If Marco Simonovic can't get on the court in a game like this, it is what it is. He's just taking up a roster spot at that point. Just taking up a roster spot. If the Bulls win these next two games and the Raptors lose, the next Bulls get home court advantage. No, we don't have 2 games left. Bulls only have 1 game left on the season. We can't get home court. The Bulls are locked into 10th. So, no, we're not going to get home court. We're going to be playing the Raptors on the Raptors court. The Bulls only have 1 game, regular season game left. That is on Sunday against the Detroit Pistons. But regardless of that, the Bulls have been locked into the 10th seed since their last game. So, no, we can't move up. We won't get home court. If I'm the Bulls, I see no reason to keep Io. He doesn't provide shooting unless he can go 36% shooting next season. We're just stacked at guard. Well, we're potentially not stacked at guard. We don't know what Pat Beverly's going to do. We don't even know the Bulls are going to want to spend the money to bring Pat Bev back. They could void out Lonzo Ball's contract. I would assume it was a combo guard. They could look to move Alex Caruso to break up that contract and bring in more players at shooting and length. This roster is not in a state or we can say for sure what is going to come back or what we have too much of, because Acme has to get to work. They got to get to work. So we'll see. We'll see. Yoslin says, Coby and people are giving me hope for the future. Really hoping the Bulls sign Coby in the offseason. Listen, a lot of people are feeling that way now. Why can't Terry and P. Will be the starting backcourt of the future with Terry at point and P. Will as what are you smoking? In what world is Patrick Williams going to play shoot? What DJ, I love you, bro. You part of the family. You hear all the time, but I need to ask you seriously. Step away from Alana's weed. Put it down. Step away from it. She's bred differently. She can take it, but clearly you talking about Patrick Williams as the shooting guard? As the shooting guard, one of the players with the worst lateral quickness in the NBA. You're talking about playing Patrick Williams as the shooting guard? What? It's been a long season, man. It's been a long season, and that comment is officially a failed drug test. Y'all give it up for DJ Lovelace. Because he just failed a drug test. Big one. The drug test is gone. It's over with. He's done. We're going to start calling you DJ Snowfall from now on because you high, brother. You real high. I don't see this team winning 2 games on the road to actually make the playoffs. Let the offseason begin already. I'm good on watching games. Sluggo, you're going to watch the games, bro. And you're going to be back in here in the live stream because you're a Bulls fan. It just is what it is. I've been in the channel 4 or 9 or so games now, and it seems like people are up and down on players based on game-by-game concept, professional league decision. Players makers don't make decisions that way. Listen, I've said that all the time. And again, it's every fan base, but I'm a Bulls fan. This is a Bulls fan base. The Bulls fan base goes so up based on one game. Look, if you go back to look at Vooch, they do the same thing all the time. Especially last season more so than any time. Vooch would have a 20-10 game and people be like, oh, this is the Vooch we need to play. This is who we traded for. Vooch can do this. Vooch can do that. He can stop Giannis. And then it would be like Vooch goes a 7 of 16 from the field. Get Vooch out of here. Vooch is the worst center of the league. It's just so up and down. Like the same people hated Coby last season. Now Kobe's playing better. Now we got to re-sign Coby. It's crazy. I've been screaming since Zoe went down. Coby is our future point guard. He's quicker. He's a quicker Deron Williams. He's not nearly the ball handler or the decision making Deron Williams was. And so while Kobe's ball handling has definitely improved, while his decision and playmaking has definitely improved, keep in mind, Coby's best asset is also when he's able to have the ball in his hands. That's why he's thrived so much being in the bench, because when he does come off the bench this season, almost everything goes through Coby. If you move Coby in the starting lineup, they're not doing that. As long as DeMar DeRozan's on the team, Billy Donovan is not having everything go through Coby. So I'm not saying that I don't see Coby with a proper lineup. I've said this before. Coby can beat Jamal Murray on a team, meaning how Jamal Murray is the point guard, but most of that playmaking, most of that ball handling, it goes through through Jokic. If the Bulls ran a similar system where they ran more things through Vooch and Coby was able to play the Jamal Murray top point guard role, he'll thrive in that. But other than that, I don't know, man. I don't know. They crucified Vooch last year. Yep, absolutely. Terrible. I really don't see the Bulls beating the Raptors. They're going to double, triple team DeMar. Billy, for whatever reason, won't see that coming. Team won't know how to react, and I think we lose. Well, here's the thing. The Bulls, since the All-Star break, have done a pretty good job when teams try to double DeMar. That's why DeMar hasn't necessarily had the impact he had last season or before the All-Star break. As long as Zach LaVine is playing like he was playing before, not the last 3 games, but before, when Zach was getting damn near 30 points a game on high efficiency, that helps, right? The Bulls also need to shoot the ball. They're going to have to hit their open threes. DeMar's also going to know have to move the ball. Once he's going to have to try to recognize when the double team's coming, and when he recognizes it's coming, if he makes an early pass, now you can take advantage of the defense trying to collapse on you for a double team. If you move the ball around quick enough without turnovers, you're going to get open shots. So the Bulls have to come in with a mindset, man. And if I could just here in my studio that I built myself can come up with that watching tape, hopefully Billy Donovan and the goddamn coaching staff can do the same thing. I used to love Caruso and DeRozan on the team. I realized I loved them on the team because of last year's team. I want to give Debo the benefit of the doubt. Listen, a lot of people do. And I understand why people want to give DeRozan the benefit of the doubt. But it all comes down to how you're trying to construct this team next season. Haize, if it came down to it, what can we get for Zach? His leg is healed. He showed he can be that piece on a contending team. Do we move him and cash out what we have? Love him, but just asking. No, the Bulls aren't going to move on from Zach LaVine. They would not move on from Zach LaVine until they have a young player that they think is going to be just as good or better than Zach LaVine. If P. Will flashes that next season, maybe, right? If P. Will and Coby continue to grow together as a 1-2 punch, maybe you look at something like that, especially if the Bulls are still first-round exits. But until then, no, they're not going to move on from Zach anytime soon. The fact that we would play a 6'4" guy over a 7-foot Marco says it all. We have to move on from him and use his spot for someone who can actually make a difference. Agree, 100% agree with you. If you're not going to play Marko Simonovic going into his 3rd season on an actual NBA contract, then what are we paying him for? If Green leaves Warriors, do you think they break the team up? No, I don't think they break the whole team up just because Green leaves. They're gonna ride out. Steph and Clay are gonna be Warriors until they decide to retire or they decide to leave elsewhere. That ownership group, Coach Steve Kerr, they're too ingrained. They're not gonna get rid of them at all. So even if Draymond leaves, no, they're not gonna break up that team at all. Haize, do you think the Bulls' big 3 will play Sunday because to get a rhythm for the play-in game on Wednesday? Well, Billy Donovan's already said he wants to see them play Sunday, that he thinks it's important for them to get into that rhythm before the play-in game, especially considering we play 3 days later now on Wednesday. So I'm looking at that and saying they're probably going to play, but probably limited minutes. We're probably looking at about 20, 22 minutes that they're probably going to play in that game on Sunday. And that should be enough. You're playing the Detroit Pistons, one of the worst teams in the NBA that's missing one of their better players being out with injury. And Wiseman's been cooking. But I do think that you should, in the first 2 quarters of that game, you should be able to play well enough to, and not even worry about it. Even if you don't, even if that game isn't underway, you ain't trying to prove nothing. So that's my opinion on it. Jack Holland says, okay, but who can we get for him in your opinion? Sorry, that was my main point. I veered off a little. If you were to move Zach, it really depends on the team he's going to, right? I think that if it's a team that feels like they're they're a scorer away, but they have the framework on everything else. You could probably get, especially if they're already close to contending, you could probably get 2 firsts, maybe even 3 firsts, considering now with the limitation on rules and the upper spending, maybe not 3 firsts, but maybe 2 and a really quality young player back. But I think that'll probably be the base. Do you think the Warriors are going to re-sign Draymond? If not, where do you think he goes? Well, I believe he still has a player option. So he may pick up that player option and just ride it out. But if he does decide, I think the Warriors will give him a contract. Now, if Draymond just wants the max or the most he can get, I don't think the Warriors are going to give him that, in my opinion, unless it's like a short 2+1 deal or something like that. Man, no, Marco, get the man off my squad. I've been saying this for a while now. We need to look into Terry Taylor. I know he didn't do much offensively, but he can be that Javonte Green off the bench with energy. I mean, listen, we'll see, right? We see a little bit of flashes for it, but there's a reason. He's a two-way contract player for a reason. That's the way that I look at it. But now I will say this, like if we're going to move on from Marco, I want somebody better than Terry Taylor in that spot anyway. If we're going to open up that roster spot, I would first want to look elsewhere for better players. But, we'll see. We'll see. Haize, by miracle God, we get the first pick. Would you keep it or trade? If we get the first, you mean first overall, or we just keep our first round pick, meaning it'll be in the top 4? Either way, the answer doesn't change. No, you keep the pick. The Bulls are far enough away from contending, and they need every chance they get to get a player that's going to develop into a true star. So no, if you luck up and you get to keep that pick and it falls in the top 4, you don't trade it. You keep it. Unless you can get another young player. Like if you can move it and get an Anthony Edwards, I'm just throwing names out there, then cool. That's different. But or if you can use it for Jaylen Brown, I will say that. If the Bulls get a top 4 pick, for example, and Boston is like, listen, we think Jaylen's going to leave. We don't want to risk it. We want to move him. And if you can say, hey, Boston, we got this top 4 pick and we got DeMar DeRozan and max contracts. You give us a lottery protected or a top 20, whatever protected pick all the way in 2026. Let's go ahead and make this happen. You do that deal, you take it, and you keep root. Where even if they do end up drafting a player that ends up turning into a superstar, you keep that, and now you have a base that you can build around. So I'm guessing this has to be C-Dub because he says, shout out Drip. He says, y'all like how Terry played. Shout out Drip. What's going on, fam? Glad to have you in the building. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to them Cognac boys as well. JDH, you could die today, bro. You could die today. They ain't making no decisions about whether you die or not. Package the first overall for Dame. No, Dame's too old. That's what I said. Jaylen Brown is young enough still to where you still get a lot of years out of it. You don't trade a number 1 overall for Dame Lillard. Not at his age. You just don't. Sorry. And Trae Young, you mean to tell me you want to trade a top 5, top 4 pick for this? You want to trade a top 4 pick for this? By the way, shout out to Mrs. Young and Mr. Young, by the way. But you want to trade a top 4 pick for this? Come on, fam. Stop smoking Alana's weed, bro. Stop smoking that la weed. It sucks that somehow we managed to get a lower ceiling in the future compared to the Magic, who has a much higher upside in the coming season. We practically are NBA purgatory. No, we're not in NBA purgatory. We're in a tough spot. Don't get me wrong. And while it appears that the Magic, I should say, have a higher ceiling, we don't know those picks going to hit. They're going to have to make a decision on some of those front courts and break up some of those, especially if they end up getting Wemby or somebody. So, we'll see, right? We have young players, too, that still could very much develop and increase that ceiling. And let's not act like I saw somebody on Twitter, let's not act like we don't have any first round picks coming in. A draft that's supposed to be deeper than this draft in 2024, we have our first round pick. Now we don't have it the year after that. Out of the next 7 years, we have 5 of our first round picks. We got plenty of upside. We just need to be smart in how we use that upside. Haize, you a fool school. Come on, man. You know I got to, man. After this, I might have to just fly back home to Chicago tomorrow to catch that Sunday game. I'm turned up. My love for the Bulls came out tonight. Good. I'm glad. You gotta cut the Trae Young picks out. I'm gonna get nightmares. Hey man, when I saw that, I was like, that is absolutely Trae Young. Haize hates me. Okay, I'll go die. I'm closer than you know, but I don't say JDH. I'm just fucking with you, bro. Come on now, man. He's young and that shit. Okay, first of all, we all know by now Trae ain't no Steph Curry. He's not. He's not. And Trae is no. You don't give up a first round pick for Trae. You don't do that. Haize with a little dose of Petty Roosevelt, that Trae Young slander. Is it slander if it's true though? Like is it slander if it's true? I'm just wondering. My opinion is not slander if it's true. You know, that's just my personal opinion. But hey, maybe I could be wrong. Am I slandering them? Hell, listen, before you worry about me, you gotta go check in with your barber, bruh. You got to check in with your barber before you try to check in with me over me, quote unquote, slandering you and your hair look like that. Like, come on, fam. What are we doing, man? What are we really doing out here? What is we doing? That's just my question. What are we doing? Like Trae Young, I'm sure Trae Young barber really be like, man, just let me cut it, bro. Just let me cut it. You really won't let me cut it right now? Like I can't cut it? By the way, shout out to Trae Young's baby for coming through. You already know that the DNA, you don't need no DNA test, Mari, because that looks just like Trae Young. That is Trae Young all day long. Shout out to Trae Young for coming through, man. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, let's see. If the basketball gods let us get the number one pick, scenarios are unlimited. Listen, if we get the number one overall pick, the amount of excitement I'm going to have is going to be ridiculous. Volcano in the building. What's up, bruh? Glad to have you in here. Haize, whether it's us paying him or someone, what do you think Coby White's annual salary would be? 14 to 15 per year or more or less? I think at a base, I've said this, 12 and a half is going to be the first year. Now, keep in mind, you get those increases after that, but that's probably going to be where it starts at, I would think. Just when I get frustrated with the Bulls, I think I'm so glad I'm not a Mavs fan. Hey, listen, thank God, like that is just crazy. You traded for Kyrie Irving, and you ain't even gonna make the play-in. That's tough. That's tough, man. That's tough. That's just tough. DeJounte Murray. Oh man. If it's top 4, I love DeJounte, but are we giving up a top 4 pick for DeJounte Murray? I mean, listen, I won't be like DeJounte is a hell of a player, man. He's a hell of a player. Harrison Ford would be a good wing to look for if the price. Harrison Ford, you want to bring in Indiana Jones? I know you've already corrected it, but for the nature of my joke, you want to bring in you want to get older. You want to get older than DeMar. I guarantee you this. I guarantee you Harrison Ford is a better defender than DeMar DeRozan. I guarantee that. But Harrison Barnes, yeah, I mean, as a free agent, I wouldn't be mine at Harrison Barnes. Can we get the play-in prediction? Man, listen, I don't predict Bulls wins or losses anymore. I stopped doing that 10 games into the season. Definitely. Who said anything about CP3? CP3? Hell no. Keep that dude up out of here, man. Mavs are the worst spot in the league, especially if they don't get a top 10 pick and that pick goes to the Knicks. I mean, listen, you got a superstar in Luka, so you're never kind of in the worst spot in the league when you actually have a player that could be the best player in the NBA. But the thing is, you're still in a tough spot. It seems nobody wants to play with Luka. Luka doesn't know how to sacrifice. Not everything's his fault. You have a bad head coach in Jason Kidd that apparently they just are enamored with and want to keep him. It's even worse than Billy. You know what? The Mavs and the Bulls aren't that too different. They're not too dissimilar from each other. That's crazy. They're really not that too dissimilar from each other. Except their owner will pay the luxury tax. That's one of the biggest differences there. Bro, I just sent you some Trae Young heat in your email. Hold on, let me check this email. Because this dude Nice is ignorant. That's why we're family, because he's ignorant just like my black ass. Let's see what we got. Oh, wait a second. Wait a goddamn second. Hold on, wait a second. First of all, that's where the hair went. Oh, listen, but see, much like LeBron, if Trae Young actually just shaved his head, I guarantee you Trae Young will win the MVP that year. Just win the MVP. Like it brings out a different side of you. Like you would think this dude knows how to defend. Like he looks like somebody who would shank somebody in the middle of a game, right? Get the strap. But as we know, Trae Young's a big ass bitch. Like, I mean, we just know that, right? We just know that that's what it is. That's deep, man. How did we get here, bro? That's deep, man. That's wild. Wow. That's deep. I trade Luka to Houston for Sengun, Martin, and salary throw. Why are we trying to help? Why are we trying to help the Dallas Mavericks? Why are we coming up with trades for them? Wait, what did I miss? Who got roasted? Trae Young got roasted. Look at this. That's where his hair went. Like literally, they took it off with a lollipop. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's wild. That's deep. That's wild, man. No, knowing Dallas, they forget to re-sign Luka, and he walked. Not forget to re-sign. What? Omar, what are you talking about? I literally just had no hat on the stream and I don't have a bald head. I have actually great hair in my original hairline, and I don't wear a hat on Chicago Sky Central all the time because all Chicago Sky hats are terrible. So try that again, bro. Stop projecting, Omar. Like just because you went bald on your head and in your pelvic region, and your girl says you look like a Vienna sausage surrounded by a balloon. Hey, don't blame that on me, bro. Don't bring that this way, bro. It's not gonna go well for you. If he came to Chicago, we as a fan base would shit ourselves. Less athletic, maybe less risk of injury. Hey, man, that's funny. That's funny. Jalen Suggs balding at a young age. That's, you know what? I always say that's the demons, man. That's the demons. No, I'm not sort of. I am a ginger. I have red hair. Red facial hair, especially, and freckles. I'm the definition of a ginger, and my people come from Ireland. So it is what it is, man. This name, why do you, how did we get here? How did we get here, bro? What happened? What happened? Tony, you can't say that. You can't say that, Tony. What are we doing here? Tony, you can't say that, brother. You can't say that. I can say that. You can't say that. What's happening? You got to put an A at the end of that, bro. Go back, put an A at the end of that. You can't hard ER that. What are we doing? Omar, I was just playing my boy Mercy. I thought we were supposed to be cleaning up the stream. Me and Omar, we got to start that roasting channel. We got to stop that. DeMar going back home for a playing game. I'm not that. Why do people? That's not his home. Like, he played there. It's not his home. Do you prefer when given teams keep rosters together, or do you like when teams get different players seemingly every year? I mean, no, you want some form of, I know it's a buzzword now, but you do want some form of continuity. You don't want to have a bunch of turnover every single year. If you have a bunch of turnover every single year, that tells me something's wrong. It tells me something's wrong. Does anyone notice that Billy ran the same plays within the fourth quarter of the game, but instead of them being for DeMar and Zach, Coby got DeMar plays and P. Will got Zach plays. Coby realized he can pass. Listen, I don't like. Was Billy Donovan calling plays? I still don't understand that. Like I said before, you're funny as hell. Should think about doing about stand up or a joking channel. I'm not that funny. I'm just an asshole. That's all it is. Drew asked, do we get the full $20 million back of Alonzo? Well, Alonzo doesn't do an exception. The Bulls would be the one filing for it. If they do the career-ending injury exception, yes, we would get the full $21 million back. If they do the disabled player exception, then no, we don't get the full $20 million back. We get half that back, but his salary still counts towards the salary cap. So it'd be like double dipping in a way. So we'll see, man. We'll see what they have going, what AK ends up deciding to do with Lonzo's contract, because I think it's going to be important for what tools he's going to have at his disposal to try to rebuild this team. Well, not full rebuild's a buzzword, but to try to retool this team. Kernan asks, Haize, weren't you going to be in Bleacher Report? Yes, I was supposed to be on Bleacher. So update on that. We're supposed to be on Bleacher Report today, and then the program manager who would have ran my stream actually got sick, so they had to cancel the stream. But we'll be doing it again. We may be trying to get it up Sunday. If not, it'll be happen sometime during the off season. But the good thing is that relationship's built. I'm in their system now. So when there is a Bulls live stream on Bleacher Report, I will be the live stream no matter when it is. But the way Bleacher Report does it, like how I run it here myself, they don't like to do it that way. They have like this whole thing where you have a producer and stuff, and because the producer can do it and they have limited people, manpower, it got canceled. So it sucks, man. Denny Schroeder, nah, man. Like, listen, first of all, Denny Schroeder looks like I can't say that. I can't. Black people would have canceled me. Thank God I just avoided getting canceled. That would have been bad if I would have said that joke. DM me if you want to hear that joke. That's all I'll say. Non-PG, how high are you on OG Anunoby? Maybe get him and him possible trade first overall package for Jaylen Brown. We would have Jaylen Brown. First of all, you're not doing all that. Like, we got to stop. Like, this isn't 2K. You're not going to get all that, bro. You get one of those deals. One of those deals. That's it. One of those deals. That is it. Denny Schroeder looks like one of them Ethiopian kids you can feed for 50. So do you, though, Shay. You and Denny Schroeder are twins. What? It's like the Spider-Man meme. You guys are pointing. No, I'm just fucking with Shay. But that's very accurate, Shay. That's very accurate. And you spelled it all correctly. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you. Who's one non-Bulls player in the NBA you enjoy watching the most? I would have to say Jokic for me. For me, it's Ja Morant. Like his personality irritates me, but I love watching Ja Morant play basketball. But all right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. I love you guys, man. You guys already know what it is, man. I appreciate you guys so much. This has been it's been a season in the up and downs, but we've had fun in these streams all season long, and I appreciate you guys for that because we've kept this thing live, we keep it going, and we've had fun all season long, man. And I always say that this channel is the #1 spot because of you guys, and I really do mean that. We got one more game to get through. I will see you. Well, we got more than one more regular season game. We'll see what happens in the play-in, but we have our regular season finale going down on Sunday. You guys, make sure you guys are tuning in for that, man. I appreciate you guys so much for everything and just being the best part of this channel. Make sure you're following the show at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bulls related because of you guys. And like I did in every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red, especially tonight. And we get to play the winning outro tonight. Love you guys, man. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.